all week I've been getting comments about the Broncos. Yo, make a video about the Broncos. What do you think about the Broncos? The Broncos are ass. The Broncos. So here it is. This is my take in the video on the Broncos. If you're a Broncos fan, I think you're going to like it. And if you're a Broncos hater, you still might like it. So let's get right into it. What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, like I just said, we're talking about the Broncos. You know what I'm saying? The Broncos right now are sitting at 8-2. All right, 8-2. If the playoffs ended today, they would have the first round bye. They would have home field advantage throughout. And right now, they have the best record in football. So, Amir, what the hell is going on with the Broncos? Why is it even a hot topic? Well, to address the elephant in the room, the Denver Broncos have one of the shittiest offenses in the league. In large part, a lot of the blame is going to Bo Nix right now. Bobby, shake it. Bo Nix. I mean, I ain't gonna lie to you. It's hard to defend him because if you just watch it, like, as a casual fan, if you just see 8-2, you're like, okay, these guys must be good. But, like, if you actually watch the game, and it was actually crazy. Thursday night, they were on primetime against the Raiders. I think it was genuinely the worst game of, like, no exaggeration, the worst game of all time. Yo, casual Broncos game. Like, bro, block punts, just nasty penalties, you know what I'm saying? Can't move the ball. I think the Broncos had 10 first downs, and they had 10 points. Like, in the NFL, how do you have as many points as first downs? Like, 10 first downs, 10 points. That's... Yo, it's hard to defend them, but that is what I'm gonna go ahead and do here today. So like I just said, the elephant in the room is Bo Nix. So if you just see Sean Payne's offense, you know what I'm saying? The Sean Payne guy can coach, you know? Like, he had Drew Brees, you know what I'm saying? He said this is like his 7th or 8th best team he's ever coached. And that's saying a lot, that you have a Hall of Fame quarterback and this is up there on that. This level of team and roster management is, and I agree with him, you know what I'm saying? It's up there. That defensive side of the ball is crazy, but we're going to get into that in a bit. Right now, we're talking about the offense. You see crossers, slants, deep balls. Bo Nix can't hit them. Like, it's his feet are just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's all over the places. I don't know what it is, but then in the first third quarters, trash. And then once he gets to the fourth quarter, he seems to like settle in, which is, it's usually for a young quarterback, it's the opposite. You know what I'm saying? Things are easy, and then when it gets close and tight, that's when you start to fall off the hill. But for him, it's more of a situation of like, I think he has a talent. You know what I'm saying? I can see the arm talent, but it's just, I don't know what's going on. You would think these are NFL quarterbacks can make these wide open throws. You know what I'm saying? Like just last night, I saw a throw where he threw like 40 yards, 50 yards in the air, and I was like, this is gonna have no chance to get caught. You know, like, and lo and behold, it's like. The poor guy had like no chance to catch that, you know, and he was open, like in the NFL, wide open, like that's a wide open receiver in the NFL. But so I don't know what's going on that side of the ball with Bo Nix. Like I have no idea. I don't know. But that being said, the disrespect needs to stop right here and right then. I am seeing them being compared to like the 2020 Steelers. Remember how they started like 11-0, and everyone was like, these guys are ass, they're frauds, not for real. Completely different scenario. Even the 2022 Eagles, they started 10-1. People were like, yeah, nah, they're not for real. You know, I don't know what's going on with AJ Brown. Completely different situation. Right now, if I was a team in the AFC, all right, and I had to choose, I was able to choose what team I wanted to play in the AFC, and like in the playoffs, if I had to choose what team I wanted to play, obviously the first team I don't want to play is the Chiefs. That's obvious. I don't want to play against the Chiefs. And then maybe Bills, and then right after that is Broncos. Like, that defense is legitimately... That is a defense that can carry you to Super Bowl. That is how good that defense is. Like, that's why I don't get when people are disrespecting the Broncos. It's like, you understand, we're not talking about a good defense. We're talking about a historically great defense. Like, when you gotta have to add in that historically great, because like when you have a defensive side of the ball that's playing at that high of a level, historically great level, you're gonna be in a close game with whoever it is. The worst team in the league, the best team in the league. It doesn't matter who it is. You're gonna be in a dogfight. It doesn't matter. It does non-negotiable. So. They're on the 1984 Bears right now hold the NFL sack record for most sacks in a season at 72 sacks. Right now, the Broncos are on pace to shatter that record. I think they're on pace for like 76 sacks or something like that. So that means that they are getting consistently great pressure on the quarterback with the 4 pass rushers. They don't got to blitz. And then you have in the secondary, you have PS2, a defensive player coming off the defensive player of the year as a cornerback. So he's going to shut someone down. Like, it's just that defense, the side of the ball is crazy. So the reason why I bring that up, the historically great defense, is because if you guys just watch the Bills versus Chiefs games, right? Patrick Mahomes was pressured on 52% of his dropbacks, of his snaps, right? So, like, pressure on him. And you saw how he looked. His worst game of the career, completing under 50% of his passes. So that tells me if you can get pressure on any quarterback, it doesn't matter who it is, Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes. It doesn't matter who the quarterback is. If you can get consistent pressure on him, throw it a game, you're gonna knock him off the game. That's just non-negotiable. Football, this is football 101. The game is won and lost at the line of scrimmage. So, on the offensive side of the ball, the Broncos have a top 5 offensive line in the league. Statistically, personnel-wise, a top 5 offensive line in the league. All right, so they're great on that side of the ball. On the defensive side of the ball, they have a historically great pass rush and defensive line right there. So this is what I'm saying. The recipe, if you were to ask me what is the best way to beat a great quarterback or any quarterback, the first thing that's right here to beat the team is get pressure on the quarterback. That's the first thing you want to do. All right, that's the first thing you need to do. Football 101. It's a won and lost at the line of scrimmage. Now you're telling me these guys are getting sacks like 4.6 sacks a game. That I don't care. It could be me at quarterback. We're gonna be in a close game just because like it's hard to move the ball on that defense. You know what I'm saying? So if we're looking at the total defense ratings, all right, they're ranked second in yards allowed. They're ranked 5th in pass defense. They're ranked 7th in rush defense. They're ranked 3rd in scoring defense. They're ranked 1st in red zone defense. Then it's 1st and 3rd down defense. Like these guys, like that defense, like that is a defense that is good enough to carry you. That is a defense that is good enough to carry you into the playoffs, into the Super Bowls. Not only that, defense travels. All right, a lot of people talk about offense doesn't travel. Defense travels wherever you're playing. Like look at a good example of that is the what's it called? The Ravens. When they made their legacy run, they were just going out there getting sacks, making plays on both sides of the ball. You know what I'm saying? Ray Lewis, obviously, it's just like hard hitting. January, February, you know what I'm saying? Those hits, especially on the quarterback, those hits add up. Especially, it's like triple the hits in the cold weather. You know what I'm saying? When it's Miami in September, you know what I'm saying? Those hits probably don't hurt as much. In the cold, trust me, that yeah, that hurts. So just to sit here and tell me that the Broncos are sweet, the Broncos are like easy, a pushover, that's ridiculous. So example I want to give is right now is like when I was talking about the football's won and lost at the line of scrimmage. Look at the Houston Texans, all right? The Houston Texans right now have a sneaky, like, amazing defense, like one of the best defenses I've seen. You know what I'm saying? I think they're allowing their first in total defense, ranked first in total defense right now. I think they're first in the league. Yeah, they're allowing 15 points per game, 15.1 points per game on defense, and they're like what 3-5 or something like that, 3-6. So, Amir, if the defense is so good, then why are they 3-6? Like I told you. Football is won and lost at the line of scrimmage. On the defensive side of the ball, they have probably the best front four in football. The Texans and the Broncos are like second best, I think. But like we're talking about the Texans right now. You're gonna see why. So on the defensive side of the ball, they have the best front four in the league. On the offensive side of the ball, though, on that offensive line, we can make an argument that that's by far the worst offensive line in football. Like look at how CJ Stroud is looking. He can't sit there for a second, 2 seconds. You see how important that is, right? The defense is doing like beyond it. If they just had a competent offensive line, the Texans would be a force. The Texans would be a force. That's how important the offensive and defensive line are in football. They would be like if they just had a competent, it doesn't have to be an amazing offensive line, just a competent offensive line. It would be about a far different narrative around the Texans. That would be a team you do not want to play in football. That the Texan defense right there, they have Willie Anderson. Yeah. You do not want to play that team. But that offensive line is so weak that it's just like the offense can't get going, and now you're in a dogfight. But more often than not, you're gonna be able to score like 16 points a game. They can't even. The Texans can't even hit that number on offense, on the offense side of the ball. You know what I'm saying? So that's the problem. Now talking about the Broncos and Bo Nix. Everyone is telling me they can't go. They're frauds. They can't do anything because of that offense and because of Bo Nix, specifically Bo Nix. I look at it the other direction. I look at it if they're actually winning despite of Bo Nix, and all they need is for him to play at an average level, not even above average, just average level, hitting slants, hitting easy crossers, hitting your checkdowns with accuracy. I think he's like a 57% completion percentage on like easy throws, like that are expected to be 70%. That's not good. But if he just plays at an average level, not even like 70%, not even 68% completion percentage, just like 64% completion percentage. If he can hit that number of passes, they might be a lock for like a Super Bowl. I ain't gonna lie to you, because if they're still 8-2 despite he's playing this horrendous tomato can trash level, imagine what happens if he just plays at on any given Sunday. He wakes up, you know what? I'm gonna complete 65% of my passes today. It's gonna be so hard to like. I would be not shocked at all if they were to sweep the Chiefs. I wouldn't be shocked at all. Obviously, it's the Chiefs, so it's a different story. But like, we're talking about a historically great defense. No one wants to play that, and their home field advantage, like if they get the 1 seed, is legitimate. That is a legitimate home field advantage. They're a mile high. They're a mile high above the regular land, a sea level. So that's my thing on the Broncos right now. Like they're playing like their offenses. It hurts my eyes to watch. It just hurts. It hurts my eyes to watch. You know what I'm saying? But it doesn't matter because whatever team they're playing on any Sunday, it could be the Jets, it could be the Chiefs, it could be the Eagles. Whoever, they're gonna be in a close game with whoever with that defense right there, with that front line right there. So it's just that is my take on the Broncos right now. I think that if first of all, I don't if you are in the AFC, you don't want to play the Broncos, especially in Denver. I think that if Bo Nix gets it together, like not even like to play at a crazy level, just plays at an average level, the Broncos are probably going to be like a hard team to beat. I don't think they're going to get blown out. It's going to be a dogfight, and that's a pick 'em when it becomes in the NFL. We already know this. When it becomes a dogfight, it's a pick 'em. And another thing is they lead the league in fourth quarter point differential. That means that even if they are trailing or behind, Bo Nix is a caliber of quarterback where he can put everything else that happened in the game aside and perform when it matters the most. And I would rather that 100 times than the opposite, where you perform well in the beginning phase of the game and you're not good in the end. I would rather you be good at the end than be good at the beginning. Like I think that's how you win games in the NFL. That tells me that he's going to be a fearsome quarterback. Wait, does this make it look better? Damn, I should have had this on the whole game. Well, the whole time. Well, here it is now. I got it late now. So yeah. So I think that my take on the Broncos is that like everyone's talking about they're winning despite of him. What if he randomly wakes up on like a Sunday in January and he's like, you know what, I'm completing 65% of my passes today. Vanilla game plan, nothing crazy, hitting crossers, short run, lean on that run game. The Broncos are gonna be they're legit. That defense is, whether you like them or not, that defense makes them 100% legit. Because it should be same thing with the Texans. They should be 100% legit, but because their offensive line is so trash that they can't get anything done. They can't even. They're giving up 15.1 points per game. Like think about that, 15.1 points per game. It's hard to score 15 more on them, but they can't score 15 themselves. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I just want to go out there and say, like, I think the Broncos disrespect is crazy. I think they play in the AFC West, which has a team that's in the midst of a dynasty right now, and they're leading it handily right now. Next week, we're going to see for real. They play against the Chiefs. Chiefs are coming off a bye. I'm excited to see that game. I think the Broncos are going to make that game close. If the Chiefs blow them out, I'll be like scratching my head a little bit. But I still give them the benefit of the doubt because that defense is like, just the personnel wise, is like on paper is just crazy. You know what I'm saying? So Andy Reid versus that Broncos defense, we gonna see that. But other than that, let me know what you guys think about what I said. Let me know what you think about the Broncos. Are the Broncos legit? Do you think the Broncos can actually make it to the Super Bowl? You never know. You never know. Yeah. So if you like that video, leave a like down below, leave a comment, and make sure you hit that subscribe button. You know what I'm saying? Hit that subscribe button. You know what I'm saying? And I'll see you guys in the next video. Also, comment down below what other topics you want to see me break down and talk about. Let's get into it. You feel me? Thank you so much. Peace out.